SideScrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/SideScrollers. It's time for SideScrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/SideScrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for SideScrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to SideScrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. For how long, we don't know. Hey, everybody, I'm Stutter Craig. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully, you're having a great day, an excellent weekend. It was awesome for me. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. Lots of hardcore gaming news and video game and entertainment stuff. Are you ready for it? Sure you are. Let's first introduce Travis Keys. Hello, Travis. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. If you're not awake when that intro plays, it will wake you up.
It'll bust you in the jaw and say, "Hey, it's time for some excitement." That's been the whole idea. Speaking of excitement, hey, it's Blabs.
Hello. Hi, guys. Happy Monday. I need more. I need to be awake, so we got to talk some good stuff today.
We have lots of good stuff to talk about. So much to go, including streamers and awards and pigeons and a Zelda 80s movie trailer, which is amazing. Can't wait to show what you got. Oh, it's good stuff. And wrestlers dying. We got so much to talk about today. It's ridiculous. So much. I'm glad you guys have joined us today. If you guys are popping in for the first time, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. If you are watching us, hit the thumbs up button as well, whether you're watching us over on Rumble or on the YouTube. Excuse me. I got a little burp. Are you guys energy drink people?
No.
You know what's
weird? I never burp either. I burp maybe like once every 2 months.
If I were to drink energy drinks, it would kill me. So, no.
Okay. Sounds good.
We went from here to burping to I'm dying.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
I have blood pressure issues, so I can't drink.
Thanks, man.
Sorry to hear that, Trev. So, yeah, I've gotten into the energy drink. And the zero sugar, and my whole thing forever has been like, I'm really skeptical of something that is designed to give you energy that doesn't have any calories in it, right? Because that's how you get your energy. But it's like pretty much all caffeine. So I like this rain stuff. Rain, you ever seen this before?
No. Why does it look like some Minecraft emoji or something on it?
It looks like Transformer or
Decepticon, that too.
But, it's some damn good packaging, ain't it?
It's pretty good stuff, and it on the back. Oh, this is like blueberry. It's like that fake blueberry taste to it, right? But this is on the back. It clearly says recommended for persons 18 years or older. So, like right there, it's like you need to be a grown ass adult to drink this. It has 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, so it's like 3 cups of coffee.
Blabs, you're probably not old enough for this, but Craig, you may remember this. They actually had a drink called cocaine back in the day.
I'm in love with the cocoa.
Yeah, and
I
was like a freshman or something when they had it, and they literally took it off the market because it was dangerous for you, and of course, the name of it. But
well, yeah, most like for sure. I'm sure the name of it had something to do with it. But anyways, I've kind of at a point to where like. I don't like coffee, but I like the caffeine infusion that I get. And you'll notice like probably 30 minutes into the show, I'll pop up. I just opened this, so I'll pop up and be ready to go. But
what about tea? Do you like caffeinated tea?
Okay, here's the thing. I had some tea one time. I went out, I was at Costco, and I was like, I'll get some tea. That's a good source of natural caffeine. I had some green tea, had 1 cup of green tea. Felt like I was about to rip my heart out.
Now, did they leave the tea bag in it? Because that's a mistake. If you leave it in there, you have to take it out. Because the first time I had a cup of tea, I'm like, I'm going to leave it in there and drink it. Bad idea.
Well, I made the tea, so I don't remember what I did, but I remember.
Just terrible tea maker.
Yeah. I just remember being like, "Ah, let's go!" And then I was like, I can't have
Well, you
enough of this.
decided to have a Monster energy drink instead of tea.
It's not
natural
a.
thing.
I can't do the Monster thing, man. The Monster. I don't like the way it tastes at all.
Yeah,
Well, all
Monster's not
energy
very
drinks
good.
are disgusting.
They all
so-
taste like shitty sweet tarts. Sweet
They all
tarts that have
taste
been
like
like
shit.
kicked around on the ground for a while.
They do. They do kind of taste
Mhm.
like shitty sweet tarts that have been kicked around on the ground a little bit. They do. They do. It's good. We need to get our guest in here in just a minute. Johnny is joining us. Listen, I can't wait to talk to Johnny. I'm very excited.
Nintendo nerds.
Yeah, he's a big old dork like me.
I see him giggling back there.
I see him. But before we bring him in, I want to let you guys know we are live over on Rumble. Once again, hit the follow button over there. Join us as we inch so close to 3,000 followers over there. We are just a couple hundred away, so do us a favor, hit the follow button. It's like subscribing. It'd be great. We also have a Twitter account. It's at SideScroller Pod. I'm sorry, an X account. Join us over there, and an Instagram, right, Blabs?
We do, and I'm pretty sure we almost passed 450. If not, if we didn't already. 439, guys. If you're not following, follow us there. Let's get to 450 by the end of the week. I'm just saying.
Instagram's grown pretty quick.
But yeah, posting all the memes from the Legion. Shout out Legion of Memers. They do a great job.
Legion. Also, remind you guys that later today, after Side Scrollers, was going to be on Friday, but after Friday's insanity, we delayed the Retro Gaming Police to today. So today, Dan Bask is playing Street Fighter 2, the arcade version, for the first time today. And you guys will have an opportunity to watch his experience as we dig in. And you guys will actually have an opportunity to write him tickets during the Retro Gaming Police, which is should be super, super fun. So
look, he's right in the chat too. There he is.
Let's go, Dan. Let's go. Show me them lights, those alarms in the chat. That's for the Retro Gaming Police. There you go. So yeah, we got that going on. I'm trying to think. Oh, and look, real quick, I want to talk about, before we bring Johnny on. I don't want to give Johnny a big old intro, but before we do, I want to talk about Friday real quick. Okay, so let me just say this. Friday, we talked to this guy, Vito, and he was in the chat, and he was like, "Hey, I'd love to talk to you about this. It was a story involving him." And I ran a poll. And let me just say this. I regret not honoring that poll. It was like 52 to 48, 53 to 47% as far as having Vito on versus not on. And 53%, I think, said no. I regret not honoring that poll. I regret posting the poll because in the back of my mind, I thought I was going to do it anyways. And the bigger thing is that I regret the idea of giving you the option to have your voice when it's not that I didn't have any intention of honoring it, because I did, but I feel like we've gone out of our way to kind of foster a place that conversation can be had, regardless of who that person is. And that to me is paramount among all. So I don't regret having the conversation at all. I regret how we got to that conversation. And that is on me. And I'm sorry for putting Blabs in that situation. I'm sorry for putting Travis in that situation. I'm sorry for putting Lethal in that situation. I didn't want to put you guys in any uncomfortable situation. And I apologize to you who, if I lost any of your trust, I'm sorry. Hopefully I can regain it. Because ultimately you guys are king, right? I use the term like executive producer. I don't think that's the right term because ultimately I'm the guy who makes the decisions. But I will lean on you guys for decisions. But at the end of the day, I feel like having a conversation is very, very important in the mission to what we're doing here, because it is very, very hard to have conversations online today, specifically somebody from quote unquote the other side or whatever it may be, whatever side you're on. And especially trying to keep it as down the middle as you possibly can and just ask questions and let them answer questions. Because that is something that is deeply missing online. So with all that said, hopefully you guys understand. And to be clear, I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for having that conversation. I think more than anything, because I'm not apologizing at all for having that conversation. I just regret how we got there. That's all. So that's it. Twitty says kind of the epitome of a drama stream. See, that's the thing is I don't see that as a drama stream at all. I feel that I see that as I don't think there's anything drama about what we did outside of just asking questions. That's all we did. And if by asking questions is drama, then we're doing something incredibly wrong here. Like incredibly wrong.
And the questions that we asked were steered to avoid that stuff. The only time that it even got close was when I almost made a statement on what was it? Morality, which when you're asking questions, you shouldn't make statements on morality. So
no, look, I think I've gone out of my way literally in every person that we've spoken to on this channel, with the exception of James, because James and I are friends. I think I've gone out of my way to try to be as impartial as I possibly can in every conversation that we've had. And I feel like I did that on Friday as well. So it being impartial and just asking questions and having a back and forth is seen as drama. I don't know what to say to you. I really don't know what to say to you. Maybe that's just the internet that we live in today. And but that to me is not drama at all. So that's all.
Well, and especially when it's a court case that could affect people who do things online, then it affects everybody.
Yeah. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or whatever. Hit me up on the Discord and I'll gladly answer them. But I feel like conversation is paramount. I feel like that's the mission of the show, and we'll just kind of move on from there. So, but I appreciate everybody popping in. If you guys did enjoy the conversation, please stick around. If you're looking for drama, this is not the right place. If you think conversation is drama, then you're probably going to get a lot of conversation and think it's drama. That's all. So, there you go. As St. G says, glad to see you own up to it, unlike some people. And once again, I want to be really clear. I'm not apologizing for the conversation. Very clear. I'm not apologizing for it at all. So, it says, be careful who you platform, especially guys who are choice for cloud chasing. But here's the thing. You can talk to people without platforming people. And I think the idea of you need to be careful who you platform. Then how do you ever have conversations? How do you ever hear the other side of another perspective? That's ridiculous. You absolutely should talk with people that, especially in a situation where we're talking about a story, absolutely should talk about that. But whatever.
Not to compare us to Barbara Walters, but she talked to like people who literally mass murdered people, like Saddam Hussein. You know what I mean? So
right.
Is that platforming him, or is she shining a light on the bad things that he did?
Right. Exactly. So anyways, there you go. But like I said, feel free to hit me up anytime over on Discord if you want to have a conversation about it. Like I said, I'm a pretty open book. And the irony of all this is like I hate drama, but it seems like every time we have a conversation, drama follows for some reason. So I'll tell you what we're not going to have today is drama, because I am beyond excited to have our guest on today. Listen. We're both just big old dorks at Nintendo. And this guy has a channel that is built around Zelda and Metroid games called Zeltroid. Listen, Blabs. Now I'm gonna hold off my inappropriate statement. Johnny, welcome on in. How are you?
I'm good, man. Now you got us all curious. I'm gonna hold off my inappropriate statement. And here's Johnny, by the way.
Yeah, listen, that's good stuff. I am really stoked to have you on, man. How are you?
Thanks, man. I'm good. Been enjoying the podcast so far. I'm so sorry about the internet stuff. If you're talking to me at any point and I'm just like not responding at all, it's probably because the internet's lagging out and I can't hear anything. But it's good like 95% of the time. But when it's bad, it's bad.
Well, listen, I guarantee at some point, the reason why we ran a couple minutes late this morning was because I was resetting my internet, because generally about 20 to 30 minutes in, I kind of start talking like a robot for some reason, and my internet does the exact same thing. It's good for 95% of the time, but there's always one time. So, but well, cool, man. Tell everybody who you are and where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so I'm a YouTuber. I actually have 2 YouTube channels. I don't talk about the other one that much around this sphere, but first off, I am a Nintendo YouTuber who just loves Zelda, Metroid, Mario, all that stuff. But the channel specifically is about Zelda and Metroid, and so all kinds of different lore and stuff. And then I have a basketball channel, which is sports, so I won't delve into that too much.
No.
This
Hold
is
on.
Craig.
Listen, we're getting into that, baby. Because listen,
Okay.
I'm serious, man. If there was one thing that I could do outside of like this podcast, it would be talk sports all freaking day. I would love to talk sports. I am a giant basketball sports nerd as a whole. As a matter of fact, I've watched several of your videos, and I appreciate them greatly. I watched that. One of my favorites is the Michael Jordan underrated years for the Wizards. That's one of my faves. So big fan over here. Very, very. Listen, I know not everybody's like, dude, sports. Listen. Go sub to this guy's channel. It's awesome. Love it. Sorry. Anyway.
Craig's fanboying over to Johnny.
I love
right
it,
now.
man.
That's
All
a
right,
banging
so you're
hat,
lagging
by the
again.
way.
So I think I caught most of that.
Oh, was I lagging?
Oh, I thank you. All right, you're crisp again. You were lagging through some of it. I heard Michael Jordan. I heard Wizards. Okay. Yes. So the basketball channel. That's. Go ahead.
Listen, I just.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say something, Craig.
I was saying something like, I love your channel. That's all. I know that some people.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Some people are like,
yeah.
Just people go in and they go like, there's this perception in the gaming space. It's like, oh, sports ball, brr. Shut up, right? Like people can like games and they can like sports. I like both. I love both. And so anyways, go subscribe to his channel. It's awesome. So.
Cool. Yeah. No, I tend to be that guy who like makes everybody else mad, because when I get in a community of people who are just talking about basketball, I was like, you know what this conversation needs? A little Nintendo to make things more lively. And then I'll go in like Nintendo spheres and I'm like, I make this analogy to like Michael Jordan, and then everybody gets mad there. So I just make things more chaotic. But anyway, that's my basketball channel about like basketball history. I talk mostly about like 80s, 90s basketball. And on the gaming channel, it's all about Metroid and Zelda lore. The video I'm most proud of over there, if you kind of want to get a sense of what the channel is like, is the story of Metroid Prime, because Metroid Prime is kind of vague. A game that's vague about its story. Like, you can kind of keep track of what's going on as you go through it, but most people who go through it have no idea what the hell's going on the first time they play it. And so I would definitely recommend that one if you want to see what my channel's about. So
Love that. All right. Before we get into something that's actually really, really important that I need to know, who would win in a 7-game series? The Bulls or the Warriors? The 72-10 Bulls or the 73-9 Warriors? That's always
72-10 Bulls. Well, first of all, the 73-9 Warriors lost. So technically you're trying to merge their playoff success in 2017 with their regular season success in 2016. So no, I think the Bulls are winning. Just with their defense, they have the best perimeter defense of all time. Even Ron Harper's an underrated defender, but you got Dennis Rodman, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Forget it. Nah, it's Bulls.
I totally agree. I'm 100%.
I knew. I was waiting for you to chime in.
I'm so with you, man. Totally agree.
I will say this. I'm not even a sports fan, and I watched the Bulls back then. So what's that tell you?
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, it's ridiculous. I love everything about this. And this is very listen, this is great stuff. I think we just became best friends, just so you know.
Good. I had known about your podcast. I had seen you play with us on Mario Kart. Like, we had actually been on a stream together. I'm like, why haven't I ever talked to like Craig? Like, we have like all the same interests. So when Blabs reached out about bringing me on, I was like, oh yeah, in a heartbeat. Like, hell yeah.
Let's go.
You
Love
guys
it.
missed each other too by like, I want to say 2 days in Florida and back in October too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need to make that happen again. That'd be fun. Hey, Cajun Corey came in with the $4.99. Says, Joni, like your edited version of your latest basketball video. Good to see you again, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
talk about YouTube being soft. I made a video called The 6 Dirtiest Players in NBA History. Mm-hmm. So, just like bad boy Pistons, like hitting each other.
Sure.
Karl Malone throwing elbows and stuff. YouTube deemed it not fit for anyone under 18. I got age restricted. What? Yeah, I got age restricted. So
basketball?
for basketball, just a contact sport. They age restricted my video. So
Wow.
I re-uploaded it and named it the most naughty players of all time and censored the hell out of it to a humorous level. Like there's like SpongeBob sound effects and everything. It was the most passive aggressive video towards YouTube of all time. I was hoping it wasn't going to go in the complete other direction and make it like YouTube Kids then, but fortunately they didn't do that.
Crazy.
So does YouTube have stricter rules than network television? Because I'm sure all that's from network television. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but in some ways they do, in some ways they don't. Like, I could drop an F-bomb on a YouTube video, and apparently that's fine. Kids can hear that. But if they see, God forbid, a contact sport, 90s basketball, wow, they can't handle that.
That was literally shown on national TV.
Right. Yep.
Blows my mind.
Man, that's amazing stuff. I'm gonna need to like totally binge all your videos later today. I love everything about this.
Appreciate it.
Probably the one that I'm staring at the most right now is the players who won't be remembered video right here.
Yeah.
And now is that Alex English in the background?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
go.
See, this guy knows his stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I love the idea that, I mean, you're implying that Damian Lillard won't be remembered, and
yes.
That's
and a lot of Lillard fans were mad. They were very mad.
Hey, I'm sure.
Hey, Blabs, these two are
Hi.
nerds.
No.
What is a jock and a nerd?
Sports nerds.
A jerk?
We're jerds. We're jerds.
Jerds?
There you go. That's good.
I literally have that written on my Twitter profile. I'm a jerd.
I
Oh wow.
remember that. You're like jock plus nerd, jerk.
Pretty
Love
much.
it. Love everything about that. Listen, we're sports podcast coming in the future. Everything about this is great. Okay, look. We got a lot to talk about. We could talk sports, and we could talk about Alex English all day long. We could talk about Damian Lillard all day long. We could talk about the 72-10 Bulls all day long, literally all day long. But we got to get into some gaming news, so we're going to do that. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Thank you, Adam, for that. Appreciate that. All right, let's get into this. So we had we had several major deaths in the world of entertainment over the weekend. Ultimate sadness. And first and foremost, we want to talk about our Lord and Savior, the best game show host of all time, with Pat Sajak possibly as a number 2, who is still alive. But
I was
Bob
gonna say,
Barker.
what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Pat. He's just retiring, not dying.
Dad.
There's a big difference. Just because somebody retires doesn't mean they die.
He is moving on.
Blabs is very young. She doesn't know the difference, okay?
Yeah, listen, when people retire, I just expect them to snuff at that instant.
Well, she must think we're next to death right now.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's on their deathbed.
Unfortunately, Bob Barker did meet the ultimate retirement as he died at the age of 99, man. 99 years old. Honestly, if I'm being totally honest with you, I thought he had died a couple of years ago.
Didn't he have some sort of health? Like, I feel like he had some sort of health issue that a lot of us were already kind of mourning for him. And so, because I had that same kind of experience where I was like, oh, wait a minute. I thought something tragic already happened with them. So
yeah,
totally get what you're saying.
Obviously, Blyce over on Rumble says, what about Alex? You mean Alex Trebek? Yeah, Alex Trebek, great game show host, but Bob Barker passed. Obviously, the most people our age, Johnny would probably remember him from the Happy Gilmore fight, which legendary, right?
The price is wrong.
I watched Happy Gilmore when I was a kid. I don't remember it though.
You don't remember the Bob Barker Happy Gilmore fight?
I know. I'll probably go watch it on the plane next week or something.
Best Adam Sandler movie, by the way.
So
the best.
I got the answer of why people
that's The Wedding Singer.
That one's good too. That was really good too.
So in July 2017, Bob Barker fell and hurt himself and went to the hospital, and it was falsely reported that he passed away due to the fall.
Oh, that's right.
And that's why people think he had already passed away.
That's right.
Isn't it awful when celebrities die? Well, not actually die, but they're rumored to be dead, and everyone's like it's trending on Twitter, oh, rip so and so, and then they go on Twitter and tweet I'm still alive.
And then you have to address your own death, and you get less attention.
And be like, by the way, I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've had to do that 3 times over my career already.
Are you
This is-
actually?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, this is what, death by like slam ball or something? And broke a hip?
Yes, death
Oh,
by
I
slam ball.
forgot you did slam ball. I'm like nerding out right now.
Let's go.
I used to watch that on Spike TV all the time.
This is the
That's awesome.
romance I never knew we needed.
It came back. It came back this year
Yep.
for the summer. That was quite interesting. So obviously Bob Barker passed. What is y'all's favorite Price is Right game?
I like Plinko a lot just because it's a classic, but I really like, I forget the name of it. It's the one where the guy's going up the mountain
Yes.
and he's like a yodeler or something.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's the first one, the cliffhanger game. That's what it's called, cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I got it pulled up. Johnny, you have a favorite game?
I like the game where the segment where they have to guess the prices of all the grocery store items. And it's like, you're always like, where the heck is this grocery store? Because these prices are awful. They're either like the best prices you've ever seen or the most like inflation crazy prices you've ever seen. And you're always like, how is that possible? Eggs are not like that price.
Yeah, basically, it's which side of LA did the intern go to today? You know
Pretty
what I mean?
much.
Like that.
Blabs, do you have a favorite? Wait, hold
I
on.
don't-
Hold on. Blabs, who is the host of The Price is Right? Who is
The
your
guy who
host?
just died.
No. Wait, you just said the guy who just died?
Yeah, he was the first.
Do you even know his name?
I forget his name
Mother!
already. Bob Parker! I look at the title.
I think Bob Barker
Listen,
is
here's the thing.
one of the most
I never
recognizable
really watched that
names.
when I was a kid. But I feel like if you showed me a segment, I'll be like, oh yeah. When I was a kid, I would watch like Wheel of Fortune, man. Like that was the shit. I freaking love Wheel of Fortune.
Blabs,
That's like my childhood thing.
did you ever remember hearing "And come on down" when you were growing
Everyone
up?
does that.
Well, that's where it started.
Mhm.
All right, here's the
I broke Craig
cliffhanger.
again.
It's ridiculous. Okay, Blabs, do you remember this at all?
And here he goes. 6, 7, 8,
Yeah, this is
9,
my
10,
favorite.
11, 12, and there.
I love the little song they put in it.
I need to make that my ringtone when you call me.
You should. You should.
I should?
Absolutely. So Bob Barker passed, and listen, I don't even know what. If you don't know who Bob Barker is, God.
You just said, yeah. Anyway, fine. It's fine. Whatever. I thought you said Parker for a second. I'm like, it's Barker.
No, I did not say Bob Parker.
As far as recognizable names, do you think Bob Barker is like top 10? Everybody in America knows. Clearly, Blabs doesn't, but recognizable names in America, or maybe just in entertainment, because politics.
Nah, there's
maybe
names
higher.
there's names that all generations know, like the Blabses of the world. They're still probably like, who?
Yeah.
So I feel like you're missing a big demographic there for him to be top 10. But as far as like our age, me and you, Craig, and like up, like, oh yeah, we all know who he is. Absolutely.
100.
What
man.
channel was this show on? You know, The Price is Right.
CBS.
Oh, then never mind. I have no excuse. I'm just a moron. Go on.
Well, and that's the funny thing. It was on like it's been on continuously every morning for like 40, 50 years. Like, how could you not have seen it? Like,
I don't know. You know what the thing is? When I was a kid and I would stay home from school or whatever, I would watch ABC all the time. I would watch Live with Regis and Kelly and all that stuff.
yeah, and it
Morning.
was
So
on
I
at
never
the
really
same
watched
time.
CBS.
Hold on.
I get it.
The Price is Right it's the longest running show on CBS. It debuted in 1972, Blabs.
I wasn't born then.
It is. Is it the longest running game show?
You've been
Let me
alive
look that up.
since then.
Yes, exactly. It has aired over 9,000 episodes since its debut. It's the longest
Wow.
running game show in the United States, one of the longest running network shows in TV history. Its 50th season premiered in 2021. So it's like, come on, dude.
So, for example, my grandpa started watching this when he was like a young man, not a kid, but a young man, you know, and he watched it up until the day he died. And my entire family would always watch it whenever they were at his house with him. So that'll tell you, like, Price is Right fans are like, they are fans for forever.
Fans for life, bro.
Did y'all see the documentary about the guy who went on Price is Right, and it was like in the 80s? Who?
Yeah, the guy who knew everything.
Yeah, he started charting all the values of the onions and the cars and all the different things you could bid on. And by the time he went on the show, he tried to get on the show like a dozen times, and he eventually got on the show because he was a regular. And he just swept through everything. He knew everything down to a T. It was awesome.
Well, and the funniest part about it is, when you're not on the show or called down, you're in the audience. Well, he was given, you can yell at people. He was giving people the right answers. And there was a dude who won and because of him, and you can literally see it on camera. And then afterwards, he's like, no, I didn't listen to him. Yeah, you did, dude. You see him do it.
Oh man, listen, we could talk about things all day long. Price is Right, man. It's legit. Sal came in with a $2 direct donation. Says The Price is Right, the only show worth watching when you're sick as a kid in the 90s. Oh man, even today,
well,
I'll say
Jerry
this.
Springer and Judge Judy were on at the same time.
Oh, Judge Judy! I love her, that gif of her going like.
Judge Judy, but you don't know Bob Barker.
Yeah.
This tells us a lot about you,
Johnny's
Blabs.
just like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
Pretty much.
Ridiculous. Okay, so we had two other notable deaths, and noticeable, I guess, both from the world of professional wrestling over the weekend. Johnny, are you aware of these?
I'm aware of them, but I've never been a big wrestling fan, so I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on it.
Okay. Do you, Blabs? These are wrestlers.
I saw they died this weekend. Yes.
Your job is to guess who this person is.
You don't even give me an option, like a name or anything?
Nope. What's his professional wrestling name?
Your mama? I don't know.
It says on his shirt.
Oh,
right
Funk.
there. Terry Funk. He's a hardcore legend. Died of, I'm assuming, old age.
I totally would have gotten the name Terry. Like, first one to guess. Obviously.
He's a badass, man. It's crazy. Then we have this one as well. I don't know if you know who this person is. Do you know who this person is? Did you laugh? He's dead.
He actually.
Sorry. It's just
doesn't he?
He's about to kill someone, man.
Doesn't he resemble Bam Bam Bigelow from back in the day?
No.
I'm assuming he's some descendant of the Vikings.
No, his character name was Bray Wyatt. And Travis, you may know this guy. Do you remember IRS from the 1980s? The wrestler IRS? That's his son.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Pretty good stuff. John, do you remember IRS from the 80s?
I don't actually. Yeah.
His name was Erwin R. Scheiter, I think his name was his name.
Oh.
And he was the tax man. That was his whole thing. He was
it's a good play on words. I like that.
Yeah,
he wore a suit and stuff. Sometimes he carried his briefcase and yeah.
He'd come down in his suspenders. It's so stupid. And he'd go down and he'd looking to collect some money. And he was like I think he was $1 million champion or something. I don't know.
And that's back in the days when the cheesier you were, the bigger numbers you got.
Yeah, right.
I love that show.
Going up against IRS tonight, it's the defiant libertarian.
I love it. But so his son died. Just bring it on down, Blabs. They can't just be laughing at people after they die.
That's not what I was doing. It's like, haha, you're dead. No, I was laughing at his face in the photo.
Mm-hmm.
You were laughing at a dead guy's face?
God, Blabs, you're horrible. Anyways, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Moment of silent, Blabs.
You can't believe
Stop laughing. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Anyways, he died really young. I don't think they told us how he died. A lot of people talk. It's all speculation whether it was some sort of illness or if he suicided himself or whatever. I don't know. But
we all have to keep in mind, especially with wrestlers and just athletes in general, they put their bodies through so much stuff doing that. That's why they make so much goddamn money, is because they can't work for 50 years like everybody else. Some of them can. Ric Flair, he should have retired 30 years ago, but you know what I'm saying? Their bodies are put through this strenuous stuff, and a lot of the older ones would also use steroids and stuff or performance enhancing drugs, which again is not good for your body.
So, chat saying that he died of heart issues. So,
Which
some people
could
say
be from all of the
Well,
stuff.
you
he
know,
did,
another athlete
know.
did pass away in the last like week or so.
Who are you gonna
A
laugh about,
Canadian.
Blabs?
What?
Who are you gonna laugh about?
None. This is actually tragic as hell. Like, I think it's worse than all the other ones. This Canadian ice dancer. Listen, this Canadian ice dancer actually, like, it wasn't super top. Like,
I'm sorry, just real quick. Can we just see how Blabs minimalized everybody else dying?
I know, worse.
Listen, this one's by far worse than Bob Barker. Like, let me just minimalize everybody. Okay, yes, continue, Blabs.
yeah, this I think is actually more tragic. Listen to what happened.
It
This
is a
ice
woman.
She's doubling down.
No, this ice dancer was killed in a massive like car crash in Canada, and her baby, like 6-month-old baby, was in the back seat, and the baby survived, but the mom didn't. Like, that's awful. I think that's like the worst thing.
Yeah.
I think death
There's your
sucks.
athletes. I know sports stuff. See,
Are you expecting me to laugh at that like you did everybody else, Blabs? Or like what?
I didn't laugh at everybody else's.
This is a dark question, but I kind of want to know everybody's answer to it. Would you tell the kid that happened? I would never tell him.
Why would you not tell your kid that happened?
That they survived a crash and their mom died in it? Like, I don't
Yes.
know.
Watch the kid feel guilty. Like, the
Yeah,
kid was
see,
like 6 months old.
That's why I wouldn't want it lingering over them their whole life. I would never say a fucking word.
Well, but they go, "Where's my mom?"
Well,
And
she died in a car
She went out
crash,
to get groceries,
but you
to
don't
get
have
some
to
milk and
tell
never came
them.
back.
You don't have to tell them the fact they survived the car crash she died in. Is what I'm saying.
but I mean,
Then there's a level of guilt, of survivor's guilt, that they have.
Yeah,
to
but then
as a child.
the child finds out later on, and now they resent everyone who didn't tell them. It's like, nah,
they're
you
an
gotta
adult.
let them know the
Be off
truth.
and just tell them straight up the truth.
Yeah,
At least they're an adult then and can process it.
I don't even know. I think you tell them when they're, I don't know, around 10, 11. And
Yeah, when they
like,
can actually process.
Yeah, right.
Understand what happened.
It's like, I know you're 3 years old, but mommy died and you're still alive. You're like, that.
Oh, look, Johnny laughed.
Okay, it was his delivery. I'm not taking blame for that. Like, yes, and I laugh because that's an outrageous thing. You would never do that. Don't do that.
Yes,
I guess it is. It is kind of like a give and take thing. There's somewhere in the middle. You shouldn't tell them right away, but you shouldn't wait so long to where it's so detrimentally to their existence. But I don't know.
Well, that sucks, Blab, doesn't it? Do you have any more giggles you want to get out before we
That's
move on?
not
to
a
the next
giggle. I think that's worse than all the others. At least these people lived their lives. She was fairly young and she died, and then her baby
So,
grew up without a
young-
mom. And
young
the
peop-
husband who was the ice dancing partner. So that's like a whole life together that they had. Just
Young people dying is worse than old people dying?
yes, 100%.
Way to devalue people's lives, Blabs. Way to go.
Oh my god, you're literally
You're
taking
so
everything I
ageist,
say back.
Blabs.
Yeah, I know, Blabs. You're ageist. So ridiculous.
all right.
Listen. One day you're gonna feel it. In about 15 years, you're gonna
I
go,
already
oh.
feel it in my hips, bro.
Are you going to laugh at my funeral, Blabs?
You told me I would die within 50 years, Travis. You
Hey,
get no
so-
say in this.
So come dance on my grave. I'm still alive.
Yeah,
I beat him,
Blabs
Papa.
is gonna hit 40. She'll have any health scare, and we'll all be like, "Don't worry. If you go, you're old, so nobody will care anyway." So.
Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory came in and says,
Hi, Grant.
hail to AI Craig. You almost seem real. That's right. It's me, AI Craig.
I would say that there's a caveat to, you say it's more tragic because they're young, they have more life to live. I say it's more tragic because they're old and they affected more lives in their lifetime. There's more
Dude.
people that care about them.
No, see, I can't hang with that either. Like, people died. It's all terrible. It's all bad.
I know. I was just pointing out the other
It's all
side.
bad, but I'm saying when someone younger dies, it's a lot worse than someone who's like 99 years old. They had a life, This person just started theirs.
They have more people to mourn them, Blabs.
Blabs, I think we can all agree you're a horrible person.
That's fine. Anyway, dude on Rumble for $1 says, "Don't forget, we also lost the OG voice actress for Harley Quinn as well, Arlene Sorkin," which is true.
Is that Aaron Sorkin's relative to Aaron Sorkin? Do we know who that is?
Arlene was her name? I'll look it up.
Yeah, please do. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. All right, let's move on to some actual video game news and get something that will actually bring Blabs' attitude back to reality instead of just
That's
laughing
fine.
at death.
That's fine. Shit all over me. It's cool, man. I don't care. Bring it on.
Now,
They're
Blabs.
not related. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Now Blabs can laugh at everybody because look,
good.
Microsoft has this new game coming out called Starfield, and people are like really, really excited about this game. You talk to somebody like Adam, and they're like, Starfield, right? And it's a highly anticipated game. Johnny, do you know anything about Starfield?
I just hear other people talking about it. I haven't seen much footage on it.
So it's coming out soon, and Microsoft also has this Microsoft Game Pass that they offer, which it's kind of a games. It used to be, I think they rebranded it Games for Gold or whatever. Now it's Game Pass, but Game Pass was something that they offered a 14-day trial for just $1 up until today, where they have axed the the $1 trial ahead of the launch of Starfield because the game is so anticipated. So
don't you think that I find that as they have a lack of confidence in it? I would want to show the trial and get people to want to buy it.
Well, I think the idea is that that Starfield is included in the price of it. So I'll just read the story. It says this is from Kotaku. It says it's no secret that Game Pass is an exceptionally great deal for Xbox and PC gamers. $10 a month gets you access to more games than you could ever possibly hope to finish in said month. And like many online game services, Microsoft offered ways to trying the service out for a lower cost. That's no longer the case, it would seem, as the company appears to have pulled trial offers just ahead of one of the most highly anticipated game launches in recent years, Starfield. Microsoft not only offers different tiers of Game Pass, but it used to offer a very different way to try out the service. $1 would let you dive into the massive downloadable library for a month as if you're a first-time user. But back in early August, when Microsoft hiked the price of its most expensive Game Pass service to $17, Ultimate includes streaming via the cloud, the company reduced the free trial to just 14 days. Now, at the end of August, it would seem there's no way to try out the service for any reduced amount for any amount of time. You got to pay the full price. So
you got to dish it out so you can play the game.
Pay it up. I don't know. Is this a... from a business perspective, this actually seems kind of smart, if I'm being totally honest.
Really? I was about to argue the opposite.
See, I get the idea, but I think he's right. He is right.
Yeah.
Johnny, go ahead.
So, regardless of what you think of a game, we're talking about from a business perspective, a game like Fortnite. Like, why did that take over the gaming sphere for so long? And to this day, even though it's not popular as it once was, but to this day is still a money-making machine. It was on pretty much every platform, and it was free for everyone. And so all you had to do was get their foot in the door. And now, how many customers have you shunned because of this decision, which seems like a greedy, capitalizing type move of just being like, oh, okay, you're excited about it? Well, then let's charge you extra because you're excited about it. Like that. I don't know. I feel like that kind of sends the wrong message. And I think it probably depends a little bit. Like, is there going to be in-game purchases and that sort of thing? Because if not, then I would understand why you want to make some of that money up front. But it just seems counterintuitive to the current business model of many video games, which I'm not even saying is a bad thing as a fan of video games. Because I actually wish games would get back to, I pay you the money up front and I have the equal experience to everybody throughout, so I don't have to keep having in-app, in-game purchases, all that stuff, But from a business perspective, I don't know. It does seem to throw me off a little bit. I'd be interested to hear your opposite take, Craig.
Well, I think that it makes sense, the idea that if you have something that's really highly anticipated and there's a few layers to this, right? Obviously, the full price game is what, $60, $70, whatever it is, right? 60, let's just say it's $60. And if you can play that game as included in this service, which it is, for $1 for 14 days, or in this case, let's just say $17. If you can have that game as well as hundreds, possibly thousands of other games, I don't see what the issue is. I think ultimately, the trial that you receive is a really good value add for the first time user. But I think it's tough to say. I think that most people who are going to be playing Starfield will not be first time users, because it's kind of a hardcore game, right? And you think that most hardcore gamers would have invested the $10 a month into the service, which once again, killer deal, 10, even $17 a month, right? Could you imagine, as a Nintendo fan, I've said this for years, the idea that if Nintendo offered a Netflix style catalog of their entire back catalog, right? NES, Super Nintendo, N64, and it was just their first party games, right? Just their first party games. And they had some they had their Castlevanias or Mega Mans, and they had licensing deals with there. But if they offered that for $20 a month, like, you as a Nintendo fan, me as a Nintendo fan, would drool all over that. And then they were to release Mario Wonder as a part of that as well. Could you imagine what that would do? And I feel like that's what they're doing here is, Microsoft has gone out of their way to say that they've more or less lost the first section of this version of the console war, this generation of the console war. So I think they're positioning themselves for later on down the line. And I think this is one of those things that people may complain about it online, but those are also the people who probably already have the service, and this wouldn't affect anyways.
Sure.
So
sure. Yeah, I think with your example of Nintendo, though, I think that would kind of, like, obviously that would make us fans happy. But from a business perspective, is that actually making more money in the long run? Because again, they'll re-release Metroid Prime for $40, and now it's like Game of the Year candidate, and tons of people are paying for this game that I've been playing for 20 years, like, for basically a full price game. Like, how many times I have bought Mario 64 in some way, shape, or form between Mario 3D All Stars, between the Nintendo Online service, so. I get what you're saying, but it's hard to break down the numbers to know they might be doing what actually is making them the most money. So
yeah, see, I'm curious to know what player retention rates are. So after 30 days, is there a player drop? So people maybe who are bandwagon jumpers who buy it just to get in on plans. I got this game, play it for 30 days, and then be done. And a lot of people do that, or they get bored or move on to something else. So my curiosity is what that number is, and if it's, like you said, more advantageous to charge them upfront that price and do away with the free stuff, or to lose out on the people who may not have bought it, who like it and keep playing it.
Yeah, it's it's. You definitely can see both sides. I see the anti-consumer aspect of it. I see I literally see all sides of this. Johnny, you said you wonder how they're going to make more money, and the idea of going into like a streaming service, in theory, all makes a lot of sense until it doesn't make a lot of sense. If I can pun on you, because when you look at Disney and the literally billions of dollars they're losing from their streaming service, and you're like, oh, this all makes total sense, right? Because you got your entire back catalog, you can watch all the stuff, and we'll have all this. And now they're losing $1 billion, whatever it may be, for their product. Maybe and I think that's the one thing that Nintendo does have going for it always, is the nostalgia factor of being 100%. Able to release Metroid Prime remastered and still charge $40, which. I bought it. I played it one time, and I was like, "All right, hey," But yeah, that's awesome. Anyways, interesting conversation.
I see this as a social and a business experiment.
Yeah, how so?
Only because I can see both sides, both your points, and they both are logical and they have sound reasoning. So I'm like, well, this will be interesting to see how it goes. Will people actually go and buy the game? Or will it be like, screw this, I don't want to pay X amount of monies for this game. I'm just going to keep using my Game Pass and play whatever else I want to do, with Game Pass.
Since Blab said that, it actually spurred a thought in my head. This could all be about stock price. So when you release a game and there's initial sales that they think you're going to do and all that, it could make their stock price go up because they aren't giving away those $1 a month, whatever. And so who knows? It could all be about that.
What's interesting is I see some people. There's a comment actually on this article, and I I think this is interesting to bring up. I don't know who Arden is, but they've said, seeing all the yeah makes total sense. Why wouldn't you upend all existing subscription policy in order to milk every sale for a purchase property? Comments just makes me 1,000 times more confident in my predictions. Microsoft and Activision will do the exact same thing, exact same style thing when their deal goes through. And that's something to like really think about, because the Activision and Microsoft merger is expected to go through. So
this could all be for that. They may want to drive up the stock price, so when that merger goes through, the people who have those stock options get 20% more money because the stock price went up.
Right. Well, maybe. I don't know enough about the current stock situation. Maybe you can look that up real quick. Let's go backwards and let's talk about something that happened this weekend that relates to something 35 years ago, which, Johnny, I think you'll appreciate.
Well, before you do that, I do have a Rumble rant that goes into what we just said. Sure. So from Dude on Rumble for $1 says, I'm tired of subscription services that I can get banned from for saying the wrong things. Bring back the OG Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. I'm with you, bro.
Let's go. Speaking of Rumble, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, right now, between YouTube and Rumble, we have, close to 550 people watching, which is great. Appreciate everybody popping in today, just tuning in. And if you guys are watching on Rumble, hit the follow button. We're closing in on 3,000 follows. You can find us every day here on Rumble, which is great, whether it's the podcast or some sort of gaming stuff. We'd love for you guys to hit the follow button and join us. Okay, let's go on to our next story here. I saw this, and I love gaming history. Johnny, are you a fan of just like, prototypes and rarities and all sorts of stuff?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So you see this happen all the time where I'm trying to look around and see if I have any of my old gaming, like my rarities. Actually, I think they're in my closet over here. But I think everybody has, anybody who's my age, they have some sort of collectible that they had over the years, something that may be deemed as rare. I have several things that I've gotten throughout my career that I've just held on to. And I thought about parting with them probably about 6-8 months ago, but I think I'm going to hold on to them for just a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. But there was a game prototype for Ghostbusters 2 on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Gosh.
What, Blabs? What?
I can't wait to hear about this. Ghostbusters 2 is an interesting movie.
Yeah. So Ghostbusters 2, an NES prototype, sold at auction over the weekend. Would you guys like to guess how much it went for? It's a rare, untested prototype for Ghostbusters 2.
$500,000.
Okay, that's way too much.
This is like,
it's a prototype. I don't know.
These are the kind of questions that I personally find depressing, because my dad was a gamer. I was born into this. And so when I hear questions like this, I'm like, gosh, dang it. Like, Dad had one of these. And we just got rid of it. We yard sold it. We don't need it anymore. It's taking up space.
How many of them were there?
One.
Just the one? I would think that.
Okay, well, then he didn't have the one of one.
But your dad had Ghostbusters 2?
So I'm not talking. No.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, I thought you were going into, like, I'm saying he probably had it. I thought it was going to be like some NES Zapper type backpack type thing that lets you capture ghosts or something. That would have been badass. But no, if it's like a one-of-one game, no, he didn't have that.
I was like, what?
What is wrong with you?
The Ghostbusters 2 name isn't as big as some of the other single cartridge games that exist that are more collectible. But certainly after this is sold, its price is going to skyrocket.
So you said there's one? There's only one?
I think there's just one. It's a rare, untested prototype of Ghostbusters 2 on the NES. And
because in that case, like, I would say $100,000. I mean, it's got to be a lot of money if it's like the only edition.
I'm going to look up because that
So
what was that cartridge that they did in the movie with the gaming thing?
They had an NES Advantage controller that they used to control the Statue of Liberty. That's what they used.
No, I'm just saying the single cartridge that was for that movie that they used with Mario 3 and stuff, the tournament movie.
Oh, the Wizard.
Yes, the Wizard.
Yeah.
Those cartridges are worth how much?
They don't have actual cartridges for the Wizard.
No, they used them for that tournament. They were tournament cartridges that
Oh,
have switches on them.
You talk about that Nintendo World Championship. Yeah, those go for like 15, 20 grand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I was asking. And there's more than one of those.
So Still Gaming says, I played this game as a kid. It sucks. Did you play this? Because I don't know if there's, I'm just going off this. I'm assuming that it's a rare prototype, right? If it's a prototype, but okay, so
that's a long time ago, though. You could easily get mixed up like Ghostbusters and Ghostbuster 2 or something like that. Like I have people all the time, oh, I played the second Zelda game, and they're talking about Link to the Past. And it's like, no, it's Adventure Link, whatever.
Okay.
You know, it's easy to get them mixed up.
So there was a HAL version. HAL was a company that developed a version of Ghostbusters 2. This was an Activision version of Ghostbusters 2. So Blabs, did you have a guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna say $100,000, give or
Trav,
take 50.
you said $500,000.
Okay. Well, in honor of Bob Barker and Price is Right, I'm gonna say $100,001.
Yeah, it's got to be lower because that World Championship game is only worth $22,682.
Yeah, but this is Ghostbusters.
Oh, cool. Still Gaming. That's interesting. Yeah, $100,000, way too much for something like this. Actually, I mean, I guess I'm really gonna
15 grand.
It can't be one of one then.
$5.
Like one of one. Like if it's the only one, it's got to be up higher.
Well, and
Maybe
we know that one of them big game people hasn't got it and inflated the price on it,
Right.
like they do on everything else.
I want to see if I can find some gameplay of this. There actually
I have a
is.
fun fact about Ghostbusters for you.
Please.
It's one of the few games I've ever rage quit. That remastered one for the Wii from like 2010. I think they remastered it in like 2015 or something. You can't beat the game with one person. It's insane. You gotta have a second person with you, and I rage quit.
I really don't see this being more expensive than the World Championship cartridges. It can't be. Yes, it is one. There's more of those, so it's more equivalent to the gold one, but I still don't see it being more.
Well, I dragged this out long enough. It only sold for just over $1,000.
That's it.
What?
Yeah, just over
Nah.
$1,000.
I'd have bought it, threw it in my closet.
Yeah, along with the rest of your collections.
Yeah, just over $1,000. Now
What?
there is gameplay of this online, which I have not seen this before. I don't know this, but this is apparently, it says Ghostbusters 2 Activision NES. So this can't be one of one, right?
No, I'm going to eBay right now and seeing what I can get one for.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Maybe this might have been the one that they were like writing the game onto. You know what I'm saying? When they were first developing the game and then they mass produced it afterwards.
Yeah, so I'm seeing
was-
cartridges, but the cover and everything's different. So yeah, I mean
Right.
it's a special prototype version. You can get like regular versions for like $40, but
Okay, so the game was released.
so
Apparently.
you can get the game, but if you want the game to look the way it looks, you got to pay for that $1,000 version. Like
Right.
it's just slightly different, like
That's
packaging
disappointing.
basically.
I thought
Yeah,
it was like
that's-
never released ever.
That's probably why it's not as valuable as the other one because you can't, you know what I mean? Well, now you can. But
Unless
No, I mean-
I'm
You can't
looking
go
at
get
some
a
of those
copy.
self-made like ROM versions on eBay, which is possible. I don't. Yeah,
the fake ones.
sure.
And that's what I meant by you can now go get a world champion.
Sure.
But before you used to not be able to even get it just to see what it's like. You know what I mean?
It says there was okay, so the game, according to Wikipedia, says the game was released in 1990, in April 1990, and in 1991 in the UK. But so apparently what you paid for was not the game itself, it's the idea that it's the prototype of the game, which prototypes are always
Sure.
Still
super
should be
fun, so-
more valuable than $1,000. Like
Yeah.
that's a piece of gaming history.
Yeah. So whenever I hear like that's history,
Everything's history.
yeah, right. Everything's history.
But when there's only one prototype, you see what I'm saying? There
You
might
know
be
what I
more than
mean?
one for all I know, but
you know,
Yeah, but the market determines that. Is there interest for it? Because it could be as rare as possible, but if nobody cares about it, like
right. But in
you
20
know.
years, when all the batteries in the Nintendo cartridges are
Yeah, if
dead,
the game
and
sucks,
you know what I
then,
mean? Like-
people are not going to collect and want it.
well, nobody said the game sucked, Blabs.
Actually-
no, if it's not a good game, people aren't going to collect it. Right?
actually, Blabs, the first Ghostbusters game was so terrible that this one, looking at it, looks like an actual fun game.
yes, the first one was pretty trash. God, that's awesome. I'm curious, just really curious. I did a quick glance on price charting. Do you guys, Johnny, do you know pricecharting.com?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
So
Yeah.
so it's you can
What I
find
use
like
to buy shit on eBay.
use that to evaluate things.
Yeah.
So price charting is a great resource for like how much something is worth, right?
Sure. Okay. Cool.
So the Nintendo World Championships that we talked about, that's the super rare. I think there was, I don't know, less than 20 of them made. There was a gold version and then a gray version. The gray version is actually worth more because there was no box, but the gray version is worth $22,000, $23,000. But that's not the most expensive game that you can buy for the NES. That would be Family Fun Fitness Stadium Events, which
that was before they put stadium events with Duck Hunt and Mario, right?
Yes,
when it was sold on its own.
If you can buy it complete in box, its value is about $55,000, $55,000.
Which is just insanity.
Yeah, it's seen as the holy grail of collecting.
Now, mind you, there's like 500,000 to 2 million copies of this game out there, probably 10 million because they gave it away with systems, but it was, it was included in another game at that point. I have a theory about why they did that. They just wanted to sell that fucking trackpad.
Oh, of course they did. Of course they did. Real quick, I'm sorry. I just got distracted because another game that is incredibly valuable is the on the back of the NES cartridges. They put screws on the back. There's a Mega Man. It's called it's a 5-screw Mega Man that is valued at $11,000 loose. A brand new box, $156,000. So that's crazy. So if you excuse me, I'm going to go look at my Mega Man right now to see if I have a 5-screw version of that.
It sounds like the penny. So that's why I used to look through pennies. There's red pennies, a few that were triple stamped with dye that are out there that are worth like $3 million. So if you find a red penny, it might be one of those.
I just realized I was muted this entire time. Okay, question.
Blaz, while you do that, I'm gonna go look at my Mega Man. Hold on.
Yeah, no, but this is a question for you too, really. All right, keep going. How did that website, Travis, $55,000? How do you value it? Like, did someone actually pay for that?
Well, from my understanding, it goes by past purchases and demand. So, but it's hard to value if there's like one. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of speculation. So if there are 20 of them that have been sold, and you figure out what they've been sold for and how much time has passed, and then they extrapolate what it would be worth now.
I don't know. I find it very weird if someone actually spent $55,000.
I'm really hoping Craig just comes back like he just got the winning lotto ticket.
Rich. You don't get a pay raise.
I got that Mega Man.
Camera will be shaking and everything. Oh my gosh, guys. He's so excited.
Watch. Oh, he's got a tub. Okay.
No, first he has to find Mega Man, and then he has to find.
So are we getting a raise? Does that mean you have the game?
If I have it, everybody gets nothing.
Yay!
Okay, hold on. I do have Mega Man. Okay, I have Mega Man. Hey, I have Mega Man 5, and this is actually kind of a rare game. But I know all my Mega Mans are stacked up here. So let me see if I can find. I can see. Hold on. This is live game digging as we go. It's important stuff. Sorry, I got distracted. I'll do this later.
A little bit.
Super Sentai guy says New Ghostbusters 2 is the GOAT of Game Boy games. I have not played that one. I haven't played that one. Thank you so much, Super Sentai guy. Then he says a watered down NGB2 was released in the USA for the Game Boy. NGB2. What is
a New Ghostbusters 2?
Oh, okay. Look at you being all smart. That's awesome. And listen to this. Henry.
Awesome. Look at you being smart.
Henry Davis came in with the $50 direct donation. Says happy Monday. Vask is going down today. Henry Davis with the 50 blabs.
Balls. Johnny, say it with me now. Balls.
What? No.
Say it.
balls.
Say it.
Oh, Craig told me to. Balls.
Can you be a little more enthusiastic here?
Craig,
Great
do I have to
big
be
balls
more
of fire. Come
enthusiastic?
on.
You be as enthusiastic about balls as you want.
Balls.
He's not very enthusiastic about balls, is he?
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Right.
I'm just going to stop commenting.
Listen,
actually.
balls.
Labs, look at how awesome this is.
How does it feel to just
It's
have balls in your mouth?
Beautiful. Oh,
I like the shiny.
Sorry,
So
I love just looking at like instruction booklets for video games and stuff. Like it's just the coolest thing in the world. I love doing this stuff. It's stuff I just nerd out of my own collection sometimes.
I love
Oh, there it
movies with
is. Mega
sand
Man,
in
hold
them.
on. Hold on. Let's all
wait
find
a
out
minute.
together.
Drum roll.
Okay. It is a 3 screw,
Ah.
but it is signed by Keiji Inafune, who is the creator of Mega Man. So
Wow.
So that's pretty
Can
cool.
you imagine if that was a 5-screw side? Damn.
Oh my god.
I think he would just leave. He'd be like, all right, bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Hold on. Wait.
Keiji Anafune would have stole it.
I have a second one here as well, signed, but it's also a 3 as well. So okay. I feel I got my hopes up really
You
high
should just
there.
make
for
a
a second.
giant everything in your bin, Craig. Be like, it's
What's
time
that?
for adventures with Craig in his bin.
Craig's bin, let's go. Sorry, okay, let me get this out of the way.
Do you have a friend named Ben?
Ben.
Well, I do. It's Ben holds all my games.
Yeah.
All right.
Ben the bin.
Whew. Oh, as
My
Matthew
dad
says,
jokes. Sorry.
Matthew says, co-creator of Mega Man. Sure. All right. Okay. Hey, we need to get the creator of this game on talking about Xbox Game Pass. Blabs is beyond excited for this game.
I am.
This is such a Blabs game, which we really need to play this game on stream.
I haven't even watched all of it because I want to watch it all with you guys.
Okay, we will not. I will not tell you what this game is. You just got to figure it out for yourself.
Before you do, though, dude came in with a Rumble rant talking about something we just did. My rarest game in Yoshi's Story International version for N64, a demo kiosk version that is a Japanese ROM on an American cartridge.
Let's go, dude. What's the value on that? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's check this out. Look at Blabs.
That's too funny. That's a pigeon.
All right, here we go. Let's continue.
So this is basically Goat Simulator, but with pigeons.
Yeah.
What the frick, dude?
Okay.
What hundo, man? There's everything simulator.
We
Everything's
are
simulator.
we are regressing in gaming.
Let's get the fun music here. Here we are.
You can eat a hot dog. It's for fun.
look
You
at
can
this.
eat all the glissies.
Look at this NPC just standing here, staring out into space, doing nothing as this pigeon walks in and takes your hot dog. Oh shit! Literally shit.
You can literally shit, guys. I'm gonna get this
Oh my
game.
god.
Brett's gonna shit
Oh,
everywhere.
hold on. Let's go back to the man. You literally pop your feathers up there. Let's go.
It's like a Sonic shit.
Oh, you literally just poop all over me. What?
Okay, wait a minute. You can put people 6 feet deep? What?
I guess, man.
The pigeon.
Do you deliver them like disease and then they just immediately die? Is that what?
What
Is that what the
I have
idea?
to play
Hey,
this game.
Bird flu. Duh. No.
Oh my god.
This is like GTA pigeons.
I just said that. This is GTA for pigeons.
Yeah.
I mean, just brilliant
Amazing.
stuff.
This multiplayer, we gotta
Here
play,
we go
Craig.
again.
Right. Oh, wait, hold on. It looked like you could. Oh man.
What?
It looked like you could light people on fire with your pigeon ass.
What in
Maybe
the world?
starting.
This
At what
looks like
point is a pigeon no longer a pigeon?
yeah, you got electricity
Sonic
ass
pigeon.
going on here. This is great. All right. I'm kind of in I'm kind of into what's being thrown down here. And the ragdoll physics is huge
Yeah, I was
as
gonna
well.
say the amount of bonus points for ragdoll physics, they're just so over the
it.
top.
I'm gonna play this day one.
Day
I
one
don't know
guarantee.
why, but
Oh,
the song Chicken Head popped into my head watching this. You guys remember that
Jeez.
song?
What a goop.
no, I don't.
Listen,
Chicken
is this
head.
game
Woo, woo.
multiplayer? That's what I want to know. Because if so, Craig, Johnny, we're all gonna play Pigeons.
Okay. Let's see if I show up. I'm having more internet issues, Blab. Sorry, I can't make it.
We're gonna play Pigeon Simulator. It's gonna be amazing. We're all gonna have a great time.
Oh, I got to be honest. Look, people say video games aren't fun anymore. They're just not looking in the right place. You know, I'm just saying that does seem pretty fun.
And this is your solution?
This is it. This is
Yeah,
it
somebody
right
mentioned San Francisco pigeons. Yeah, those are awful. The ones that are so drugged up that they pick up the drugs off the street, so they're like feathers are frayed. Yeah, I want to know if you can play as a San Francisco pigeon.
I'm waiting for the homeless person simulator, and where it's just all
I kind of want to
cranked
play
out.
Goat Simulator. Has anyone ever played Goat Simulator? Because like
Yes.
I used to take care of goats before. I want to go take care of a goat in the game.
I
Labs.
sent you the link for Chicken Head.
Labs.
Yeah.
Goat Simulator. It's nothing like taking care of goats in real life.
Is it like GTA with goats?
It's nothing like taking care of goats in real life, Labs.
Well,
It's nothing.
It's like having a possessed goat.
that's fine. I'll play.
Jeez, that's crazy. Do you not know anything about Goat Simulator? You know nothing about it?
I see it in the chat. They're like Goat Simulator Project Pigeon. Something unique says it.
Listen, these games are there's a third one. There's
God.
multiple Goat Simulators. It's ridiculous.
I might have to get Goat Simulator.
Yes, you absolutely you need to get all of the goat, and it has DLC and
Do
all
you get
sorts
to
of
pick
stuff.
the breed of the goats and everything? Like, can you go from like the meat goats to the dairy goats?
Labs, these are all wonderful questions that I fully anticipate you learning over time in your experimental playthrough of Goat Simulator. But look at how much fun this guy's having. Like, you go around town and you get on your, I don't even think that guy's a playable character. You play as the goat as you make your way.
That
Look,
goat has to break his back. There's no way he can carry that fat ass human. No way.
this guy apparently, he's got a
he
halo
can
on
float.
him. Look at that
his
tongue.
floating as he falls.
Yeah, these are important things, and I think this is your type of game, Labs. 100%.
What?
He's got
the
a sword,
hell?
apparently. I don't know. Like, come on, what are we even doing here? This is video games. Video
Come on,
games.
play Pigeon instead.
Okay. Well, anyways, okay. Maybe you can
It's like
stream it.
shits everywhere.
That sounds great. Maybe you can stream it and not get permanently banned off Twitch for doing so, which leads us into our next story.
Segments.
I'm a professional. Did you see this news of this kid, like literally 20-year-old kid, playing on Twitch who has been banned permanently? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to play what he said because I think it's important because this is what he got banned for. And it's pretty fucked up. Let's check it out.
Yep.
Fucking retard. Oh my god. We start. No, I like kids. Well, I swear to God, I do. All my life, I'm a little child predator. What, bro?
Nah, that ain't it, bro.
Don't worry, I'm gonna save you.
So, is this face here the face of I just died in video games in Fortnite, or I just exposed myself as a creeper?
Well, I think he misspoke, and he's not actually a child predator. I don't know that, but I do find it very.
That's the angle he's going with all over social media. He was all over social media trying to, but I mean, like, dude, there's things on the internet where you just can't say.
That's
right.
And he just went for the worst possible thing imaginable, and just.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, like, I have no problem with someone that dumb being banned.
Right.
Like, you went on a platform and said that in front of it. What did you think was going to happen?
Like, this is the only loose loose connection that I could possibly have. And he's like, get it? Because kids play Fortnite, right, Upus? Like, maybe.
I get it, yeah, but
right?
It's still a really weird thing to say, too. Like, the first thing you think of is that, like, everything else in the world. No, I don't know.
Well,
So-
and there's so many other words he could have used them: predator, hunter, killer, whatever,
Right. I think we've all made jokes about like,
If he said child killer, we would have all knew it was a joke because it's so extreme. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
right.
So is that. I mean, they're both so extreme.
Yeah.
So let me
I
just
think
read
it's
this.
hypocritical of Twitch, though, you think, right? Like, you ban this for, like, something someone said, which may or may not be true. We don't know. But, having sex on stream is A-okay.
Listen, I'll tell you what, man. It's messy. Twitch.
It's so messy.
Twitch
Could
Twitch
be
never
considered
wins.
child. It could be considered giving porn to children, streaming sex.
Com says it sounds like an unconscious stream of intrusive thoughts. That's what it sounded like to me, just based off of watching it. But I think it's important to read the article here. It says Twitch has issued an indefinite ban to the controversial Fortnite streamer who joked about liking kids during a live broadcast. The Fortnite community was taken aback earlier in August. Excuse me, when streamer Hydra, I guess Season, began to make bizarre jokes about actually being a child predator.
So this ain't the first time.
Right. In a clip that went viral on X, the streamer called a player a slur. And I think that's the thing that we're missing out on, right? He threw out the hard R right there. And
Did he? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, actually, that's what I thought he was going to get in trouble for, was saying that.
Right. And then getting revenge on him for killing him seconds earlier. Moments later, he joked about liking kids and I'm not even going to say it. Now Twitch has taken action in the form of an indefinite suspension that looks like it'll be lifted anytime soon. This is the one that went viral, the clip here. And he came out and he's like, his post was, what the fuck? All my hard work, I'm done. I'm so done. Oh my God. All because some guy has a vendetta against me. I want to quit. Nothing goes my way.
Yeah. Come on. Now let's be reasonable. He was clearly saying borderline jokes on purpose now at this point from the history that we just been told by this story. So he can't be surprised when he says that kind of joke after saying all these other things and then gets banned. Like, come on. It'd be one thing if he was like known for being like this good, positive streamer. He's never had a mistake and then accidentally says this thing. You know what I'm saying? That would be different.
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. You probably just shouldn't say shit like that.
Well, true.
Yes. And especially like, dude, that's too normal. There's too many creeps out there. Do not associate with them. Do not joke about yourself being one of them, because they are the enemy of my family and they will be the enemy of my children. So if you joke like that, I will treat you like one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Or belittle their actions,
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I would never let my children watch a stream like that. And if he's okay with saying that, okay, well then why can't any of us say that? How long before that's just the normal thing on Twitch, And you know who would love to see that become a normal thing on Twitch? The kind of people who are actually into that kind of thing.
Bingo. There you go. Nailed it. Yeah. And I do think that like Twitch has shown, I think this is a good thing that Twitch did this, but obviously Twitch has gone out of its way to show that they have made some really stupid decisions in the past in regards of who they ban and who they don't ban. Right. They're very biased.
Yeah. If it was a woman who said this, do you think it would be taken differently?
Don't know. I think it should be. But I don't know.
Love their women, so
yeah,
they put a lot of money in.
And I also think Twitch would take it differently if it was one of their top 50 streamers too, who makes them a shit ton of money.
But we got a slap on the wrist. But you know what he does look like? He looks like that guy who went on stage and was rambling about Bill Clinton.
Right. Yes, he does. He does look like that 15-year-old kid. Yes.
Yeah. Like, are they the same person?
He knows how to get attention, doesn't he?
He's really good at, getting people's attention for sure.
Now I got to be honest. That would be really funny if after he died, he did start rambling about his unorthodox Jewish Bill Clinton wanting to play whatever it was that he was playing, NBA Jam or whatever it was. What does Bill Clinton want to play? I forgot. What was it?
I don't remember.
I don't even know. Orthodox Bill Clinton.
I mean, that'd be a hell of a lot funnier if I'm being totally honest. If every time he died, he cussed somebody out like that. But either
We
way,
need to get that as like a little clip or something. Anytime you die in a game, you just play it. You play that line. I want to thank Bill Clinton. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, to sum this up about my thoughts on it, I think he can't be upset if he's been making these types of jokes on purpose, but I do think Twitch needs to reevaluate their actions and what they consider okay and not okay, dependent upon the person.
Because you're saying they're not consistent.
Exactly.
Right. Which, once again, Twitch has shown consistently that they are inconsistent. Consistently.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Yes, as Lord Spleef says, Bill Clinton wants to play GTA 6. That's right. That's what he wanted to play. That's right. Very good. All right, we got one more story here, which is kind of fun. It has nothing to do with video games or entertainment, but it has to do with dinosaurs, which I will always stop down for dinosaur talk. Johnny, are you a fan of the dinosaur?
I mean, I was when I was like, I loved Jurassic Park when it first came out when I was like 6 or something like that. But since then, I didn't hold on to it. My wife did. She still loves dinosaurs. So,
well, yeah. Jurassic Park is still my favorite movie.
Jurassic World Evolution, y'all.
You even like the new ones?
I didn't say that.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
I've not seen the new ones. I'm guessing they suck.
I like the first
they
one.
Were okay for what they were, but you could tell they're just big commercial movies to make money, you know.
Yeah, it just got goofy as much franchises do. At a certain point, you introduce like crossbreeding and DNA and cloning and like now there's like all kinds of like, is this a human variant dinosaur? It's like weird stuff, you know.
Yeah, the second one is where like really. No, I didn't like it at all. And then I didn't even bother with the third one. I'm like, you can't go back for what you did with the second one. No.
The second Jurassic
World. The first one was fun.
Since you're a gamer and you know a lot about it, do you think they're trying to go the way that, what was that game with dinosaurs that was like a spinoff of Resident Evil? I forget what it's called. Dino Crisis? Is that it?
Oh, yeah, Dino
Crisis. I think they're trying to go the Dino Crisis route with the story? Because that's what I think they're trying to do.
Well, maybe, yeah. I think it's just a case of, it's simple Hollywood thinking where it's like, how can we make the stakes even bigger than last time? Yeah. You know, it's like, to me, it's like how Dragon Ball, you know, went over the years, where now all of a sudden it's like, well, how do we make a bigger, you know, even bigger than last time, to the point where it's like, well, the universe isn't big enough. We need multiple universes. It's like, well, where do you go from there?
You're not a Super Saiyan, you're a Super Saiyan God.
62, yeah. And you're blue.
Let's go through all the different colors. You're blue, then you're black, then you're red, then you're...
That's what's going on with the Jurassic Park franchise.
Well, let's talk about real dinosaurs. Okay. Ooh. Real dinosaurs.
I bet you watch BBC documentary on fossils, don't you?
Blabs, what
scientists were freaking out when they found when they found a 20-story rock face in Alaska, known as the Colosseum, is covered with layers of footprints belonging to a range of dinosaurs, including a tyrannosaur. Here's the problem: is that it's going up vertically.
Do they climb now? They climb now.
So they were freaking out when they found this thing. Here's what it looks like, by the way. This is you can see it's vertical. It's 20 stories up. And
right, but back 2 billion years ago or whenever they were around, it might not have been vertical. The land changes when continents collide.
Right. And that's kind of the general thought, is that this has been shifted over time. It says, the idea that this is given the impression that the creatures defied gravity to walk across the surface, though a geological process is actually to blame. The rock face was, it was initially flat, and then it boom popped up, over the course of time. But it's really, really interesting to kind of see the footprints attached to this and kind of see the. I don't know. I'm fascinated by dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are the coolest. I love everything about the idea that long before us, there were these crazy things that were giant. They were eating each other and they're battling in some like plants. And I always go back to I was a big Disney World guy as a kid, and in Epcot there was a ride where you went through. It was the Universe of Energy. Does anybody remember that ride at all?
No,
No?
never been there.
Oh my gosh, the Universe of Energy had this dinosaur spot as you go through. So it talks about how fossil fuels and everything, and how
our cars were running off of dead dinosaurs.
Right, pretty much, right. and as you make your way through, you go through and you see these like dinosaurs, right? This is so cool. They're off in a distance. They're all animatronic and stuff. But later on, as you go, there's actually like a T-Rex. Yeah, right here. There's like a T-Rex and they're like fighting. This is what I imagined it was always like. It's like this made a major impression as me as
just
a kid.
Gladiator, but dinosaurs.
And now we know they had feathers.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up, Travis. Shut up.
Well, think about it though. I'd be much more scared of a T-Rex that was brightly colored, because that means he ain't afraid to be seen. He ain't trying to hide.
Well, that means
he's just gonna kill you. Because brightly colored animals are usually the dangerous ones.
Anyways, rest in peace, Universe of Energy at Epcot. You're now replaced by the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster.
Oh,
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
It's the Universe of Energy. Sorry, that was the song that was played.
You okay?
It was the best song ever, besides for the Canada song in Epcot. God, Blabs, you don't listen.
Take me to Disney, Craig.
I'm not taking you anywhere, Blabs.
Damn.
Listen, it's crazy. Anyways, all right, we got a couple super chats I need to read real quick. Vilter says, "Did you talk about Santana yet? What he said?" No, did he die or something? Or did Carlos Santana say something that's controversial?
Are you talking about the singer that Craig really loves? The music?
Johnny, do you know?
Don't know.
Okay,
Don't know.
no.
But I know that you just made a Blabs type assumption by assuming he just died because he's older.
Good point.
Like, it's rubbing off.
She's rubbing off on you, bro.
The top story that comes up was 17 hours ago. Carlos Santana apologizes for anti-trans comments. It takes courage to grow and glow.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay. All right. Whatever.
At least that's the title of the story. I don't know.
Okay. Shane says, "I bet those dinosaurs can walk upstairs, unlike Blabs." Tee. Oh, damn, that's rough.
I can walk upstairs too.
Good for you, Blabs.
I can do 2 at a time.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations.
I can actually do the elf thing with the escalators where you split. Just saying, it's a skill I have.
Way to go, Blabs.
Thank you.
We're super proud of you. You got anybody else going to die that you're going to be rooting for? Dying, Blabs, anytime soon?
Not publicly, no.
Okay, good to know. I may be next on the list. We'll see. All right, let's see. I think
I
that's
have that notebook from anime. You just write people's names and they end up dying.
you just made
Death
the
Wish.
list.
Death Note, yeah, Death Note.
All right, let's go to some memes. And check these out as we try to get Blabs out of death hell here. Let's go here. Cloud says, "Blabs' inner self when y'all are talking about sports." Oh man,
It's true.
Blabs, who wins in a game? Was it the 2000 Charlotte Bobcats or the 1993 Dallas Mavericks? That
Are we talking about basketball?
Good stuff, Blabs. Here we go. Next, we got this one. Blabs the pigeon, right over here, hanging out and doing a little dancey dance. Look at how
Now
happy
just put
Blabs
that
is.
goofy ass music right behind that,
Yeah,
and Blabs will be the happiest person in the world.
I'm telling you, chicken head works perfect.
And then we got this one. Oh, this is nice. It says this will be Blabs during Craig's funeral.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Look at Johnny in the background. He looks
Well,
so serious.
no. See, I'm not happy enough.
Yeah. Blabs is happy about the fact that I killed Craig. Look at my face.
Johnny did it.
I am guilty.
Nice. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate
Anytime.
let's see. So that means I'm going to die in what 13
Not
years,
very
14 years?
long, yeah.
Damn.
You have less than 50 years, like me.
Damn, dog. Damn. I mean, I hope I last longer than that, but geez. Well, let you know, Cloud, if I die in 2037, I hope you feel like shit. Just want to let you know that.
I wrote on the death note. That's all. It's fine.
God damn. All right, well, that's all we got today, man. That was
Death.
fun. Death, and you always bring it around. I want to remind you guys, if you guys are watching over on Rumble, hit the follow button. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And of course, please, if you haven't yet, go subscribe to Jonny and his incredible sports channel, which I'm going to go binge watch all of the videos right now, as well as Zeltroid, which is like it says right here. You're home for Zelda and
that
Metroid
one I
Prime.
haven't uploaded for a few months, but good news. I just hired an editor for the basketball channel, which is the first time ever. Everything up to that point I've done on my own. So now that I've got an editor on the basketball channel, which starts after Labor Day, I'm going to start going crazy on Zeltroid. So yeah, either channel, lots of new stuff coming.
Let's go. Love that. That's great. Well, we need to talk about a sports podcast. I need to talk about it very seriously. This is a very big deal. SideScrollers Sports coming soon. It'll be great.
Hey Blabs, what team?
Sports.
What team did Michael Jordan play for? Blabs.
Space Jam.
I want Blabs on the sports show for the comedy of it all. Just because
I'm not wrong.
She just secured her place on the sports panel.
I need
You
more
are
levity
wrong,
in my
Blabs.
life.
You are wrong,
I'm
Blabs.
not. Space
Even
Jam.
in that
No.
scenario, it's wrong.
No.
It's the Toon Squad.
Yeah, Blabs. He didn't play for Space Jam.
That was the movie. I forgot what the team name was. It's been like a decade.
Johnny knows. Played for the
Yeah.
Toon Squad.
Come
Not
on
even
and
the
check-
Monstars.
Oh, I love the Monstars. I used to do it all the time. Monstars.
All right, Blabs. Okay, let's just do some real quick sports stuff here.
Oh,
Blabs.
listen, I only know figure skating, soccer. That's about it, man.
Okay. Just some real high level questions. Okay.
Who
Okay.
hit? Wait, who did Tanya Harding hit in the knee? See if you
Nancy
know that.
Kerrigan.
There you go. At least she
Hold-
knows that.
Okay.
Okay.
What
all right.
sport did Tiger Woods play?
Golf.
Okay. What team did Tom Brady play for?
Football.
Who was the first person?
The football team.
Who was,
Hey, to be fair, that was the Washington team for a little bit,
That's
right?
right,
They
that's
were
right.
the football team.
here, Blabs, you might know this. Who was the first person to ever score a perfect 10 in gymnastics?
Ooh,
Was it Nastia, I'm assuming?
Not close.
Nastia
Her
Lugan,
name.
her name is?
Not-
Nadia?
Nadia.
Something like that.
Nadia
Yeah.
Comaneci.
Yeah.
First of all, someone's in chat. Nerdy saying figure skating isn't a sport, bro.
It's a sport.
Oh,
They
it's a
put,
sport.
do you know how much pressure they put on their ankles? Like,
Yeah, you know how many times I've killed myself, man? It's a sport.
Blabs. What sport does Lionel Messi play?
Soccer.
Okay.
Or European football.
Yeah, I was gonna say you Americans are happy with your answer.
Okay.
Everyone else is very angry.
Yeah, he's the puppy. He's really short. He's like,
What sport does the Chicago Blackhawks play?
basketball?
Not yet.
Guys, have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Want
it
to remind you guys, go subscribe to the
deer.
Side Scrollers Plays channel. Where in just a little bit, I'll be guiding Dan Vass through his first playthrough of Street Fighter 2 for the arcade. He'll be playing it very shortly, and the Retro Gaming Police will be alive over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. That's youtube.com/@SideScrollersPlays. Look forward to seeing you guys then, and maybe we'll just need to start doing Blab Sports Trivia on the regular. I think that'd be
Can we
really-
actually?
Hey, for the Retro Gaming Police, you guys need to clip the soundbite from that song. It goes, whoop, whoop, it's time for the police.
Whoop,
that
whoop.
song. Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
You need to clip that and use it.
Oh, for sure. All right, guys, have a great day. Johnny, thank you for joining us, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for
Look
having
forward
me.
to having you on again soon, and continue to grow your channel and your sports and your gaming. And what do you call yourself? A what? A
jerd.
game? A jerd.
A
That's
jerd.
what-
Yeah, not jerd. Well, that's what you are too, bro. Like you
I
got
thought
your
you just
basketball
called him
stuff
a-
down.
I like it. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys over on the Side Scrollers Play channel. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.